to Puerto Rico. Matter of fact, the link in the line that Puerto Rico is most interested in is the St. Croix connection, because they look at that as a stepping stone to get to Nevis, where they can get the geothermal resource.
I was going to just ask you that.
And there's also an ancillary thing with broadband as well. Because that's all in the president's report on the status of Puerto Rico.
Okay. And that's where Clinton McClintock went to the World Development Bank. They said, help me hook up to St. Thomas. He said, help me hook up to St. Croix so I could hook up to Nevis. And this is what Puerto Rico's interest in this whole thing is.
How long down the line are we looking at these initiatives?
Well, the grid connection, we still have some ways to go. We have put that at, because of the specialization of the construction of the cable, there's only a handful of ships in the world that actually lay cable like this. And so the estimates really and realistically, we're looking at about 4 years before we have a cable connection based on getting the funding in place, making the order for the cable, getting the ship to deploy, and actually having the project constructed.
And really, that's not even unreasonable because let me explain, and Carl could relate. Carl, even when Wapaga lay cable, how long sometimes that takes?
It takes a lot longer than it might appear.
Yeah.
But, so the big thing is at some point you need to put in the order. That's where your money has to be in place to make the order for that ship to say, okay, I have a contract here I need to fill in the Virgin Islands, between the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico.
Have you made the order yet?
Well, we're at that point now where we're getting to that final stage. We have discussed the feasibility, where everything is a go, and we're at that point of working out the nitty-gritty of getting to the point of putting out an RFP, saying how much are you going to charge us to build this cable. That's the stage we're heading to now.
Okay.
Is it more difficult than the cable that they put in for Global Crossing, that they run outside there of north side?
Yes,
it's not
because you're dealing with electricity and you have the potential for line losses. You're running electricity through a wonderful conductor, which is seawater.
Okay.
So you have to actually have a special construction that deals with, you have to avoid line losses. We're also looking at running a DC cable that insulates the grid so that if something was to happen in Puerto Rico or to happen in the Virgin Islands, it wouldn't trip the whole power plant.
Isolated.
It isolates that cable from the rest of the power plant through, because you have to run from DC, convert it back up to AC.
So, Carl, you're involved in this initiative?
I'm very much involved in everything energy related.
I feel good about that.
To answer your question, too, about immediate, I believe in the next 12 months, the solar RFP that WAPA has already put out there, has already gotten proposals in on. In the next 12 months, we'll have construction of about 5 to 10 megawatts of solar power between St. Croix and St. Thomas, most of it on St. Croix. In the next 12 months, by this time next year, the Waste Management Authority would have concluded construction of about an 800-kilowatt landfill gas to energy project at Bovoni. That's a project fully funded, that's stimulus dollars again. There are things that are happening, so we're not waiting until 2025 to get this thing done. There are things in the works right now, things we've done last year, this year, and, there's more projects on the burner for next year. We're moving.
I appreciate that. Let me say this to you. Again, I refer to it as the scientific community, and then there's the sort of policy, political community.
Right.
The thing that has to bridge the gap is when can you tell the man and woman of St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John, when do you see the WAPA bill coming down, even $1? No, we have planned. The RFP hasn't gone out.
Not the RFP. He said he has monies available for people, for residents, as well as businesses to come to the energy office.
Yeah.
And he will help them that way.
Right, yeah. What I try to tell people, I said, look, our work is to deal with the long-term infrastructure to make sure we never end up in a crisis like this. Again, I don't want my children or grandchildren to ever have to worry about energy and what feed are they on and all the issues that are too much on the front burner. I don't want, if my son or my grandson wants to start a business, that they have to be concerned about the operating costs of energy. And so we have to put in the long-term infrastructure fixes. That will reduce the layout. But I tell people your ability to control your WAPA bill is purely within your control. Your consumption is something you can control. And I have programs to help businesses and low-income individuals, disabled individuals, and households that are large, to put it politically correct. I can help you reduce your consumption. I have staff that can walk with you to go to your home and and review what you're doing that's consuming energy and help you reduce your personal consumption while you wait for us to get our act together on some of the big things.
What happened to middle-class consumer?
You have notices up in WAPA about this?
I have notices. I'm actually going to do some training with the customer service reps at WAPA. We're going to do some outreach next month at the WAPA facility. Okay. And part of the conversation I had...
what you should do right now, right, is give out, because you have a large listening audience right now, give out your phone number and where you're located so people can come to your office if need be.
With pleasure. 713-8436. That's the number in St. Croix. St. Thomas is the same thing. It's 714-8436. We're located behind of DPNR and the police station in the Rainbow Building in Frederickstead.
You're open from?
We're open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Most times we open after hours, but official office hours as a government agency is 8 to 5. We have a website. It's www.vienergy.org. A lot of the information that applications, information, a lot of that is available on the website.
Come see me.
Repeat the phone number.
713-8436.
And
St. Croix.
St. Croix. St. Thomas is 714-8436. The initials for the office is VIEO, and that phone number is 713-VIEO. That equates to 8436.
Okay, last question from me.
Wait, before you go there, I want to
touch on Hobbs small modular reactor.
No, before you go, one question I got. If I am building a brand new house, do you have an engineer that could come and tell me the things that I need to do for the retrofitting that you're talking about?
If you come into my office, I have staff both in St. Croix and St. Thomas that can give you best practices on what you can do. I can do that verbally, and I'm actually working on a printed guide that I can put in your hand and say, talk to your builder about this. Clearly, solar water heaters, I still have those programs running. The average person has told me they save about $60-something a month on their WAPA bill. It all depends on how much hot water you use, but the average person saves about $60-something. Everybody that has had a system properly installed is pleased with the results that you get from the solar water heaters. And, you start saving at these rates, you start saving immediately. The minute you install it, once you're somebody that will bathe with hot water or use it for washing dishes or washing clothes, you save money immediately on that.
And Carl, I want you to know that Senator Russell's office we receive a lot of calls from consumers about the light bills and the water bills.
Yeah.
I want you to know that those calls will be referred to you.
That's not a problem.
So just be prepared to deal with the calls and the visits.
Keep my staff busy. I mean, clearly sometimes we get overwhelmed, and that's the reality. That we are in a crisis, and there's a lot more people that need help than I can actually help. But I want to stay busy helping as many people as we can, and I have staff that can do that, and they're willing to do that. I mean, we make the rounds as much as we can. I've been to that radio station on 2 occasions pushing these programs, 2 different talk programs. I'm trying to get the word out, and I could always use some evangelists to say, okay, there's some big things. We all know there's some things that are beyond our control that are stifling us right now. But there are some little things that we could probably start doing right now while we waiting for the cavalry to arrive.
Well, we'll be glad to advance your efforts, no doubt.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think we are pursuing the same. Did you address the issue about you did, about the small business and the economy?
Yes.
Because we really need to. We can't afford to keep. Let me tell you, St. Croix is in a bad state. Okay? Every other month we see these small businesses close. We got to do something to retain,
I agree with you. My first applicant was the IHOP in Sunny Isles. I don't think they mind because it was in the paper. Yeah, but so I don't think they mind me mentioning it. They ran in the office immediately to ask for assistance.
Yeah, IHOP is not like Ivan Ice Cream.
Oh, well, it's not a cultural institution. But it is a small business owner.
Yes.
It's a small business owner that says, I need some assistance. I'm trying to do something here as a Crucian. I'm trying to establish a business.
Absolutely.
And I'm failing at it because of my WAPA bill. And we're offering her assistance right now. So I'm using that as an example of, this is something that we can help you if, you come to us, I'll come to you. I don't
try to help Ivan. We can't afford to see Ivan go to business.
As somebody that loves Ivan Armstrong Ice Cream, I will make it my personal business to reach out to Armstrong Ice Cream.
Thank you, because that allowed me to cut down on my consumption. Because I was worried there for
No, we really want to know about Island Dairies. Did you meet with them at all?
No, I have not been approached by Island Dairies. I don't know if any of my staff members have been approached by them. But
well, you said that us consumers can make that play on their behalf, right? So.
Yeah, I will reach out to them and feel free to share that, share my information with them, and I can do that. We have a very generous program. We define small business as anyone using 30,000 kilowatt hours a month or less. And most of the businesses on St. Croix fall into that category except for the very large supermarkets and hotels.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel they should very well, with their operation being what it is now, they should be able to qualify. And I'd be willing to work with them.
Yes, now you got to talk about Herb's glowing the boxes before you leave.
Yeah, Herb haunts me with this, and I have been, everything is in the works. Everything, I'm looking at every possible opportunity to reduce our energy crisis. And I don't know if I'm righty leaning or lefty leaning, but everything is on the table, from waste to energy to solar energy to even this nuclear small modular reactors that Herb is talking about. And but the conference that he keeps referencing that's coming up later this month, they are looking at how do we move from a design and a concept, and this is the description of the conference. We're considering how to move from design and concept into fabrication and building. They are saying we have a design, we have a concept. Now let's see how we can make this more commercially acceptable. And at the point when they move into fabrication and building, it gets my interest, and I will start to explore it. For as long as it remains a design and a concept, I just don't think the Virgin Islands need to take the risk.
So you mean Herb was selling us a box that we can't buy this afternoon?
We cannot buy that box this afternoon. Bottom line, I cannot buy that box this afternoon and get it permitted when the Department of Energy itself says this is a design and a concept. It doesn't mean that in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, that it won't move beyond design and concept. But as I speak to you right now, that concept, that's what it is. It's a concept. Small modular reactors is a concept, and I can't find too many communities in the States that's saying, this is something that we're putting our eggs, this is a basket we're putting our eggs into, and I don't want to put the Virgin Islands in that precarious situation. There's certain technologies that are proven, commercially tried, deployed elsewhere, permitted. Those are the things that I want to continue to pursue, including that grid connection. It is feasible, and I think we can get it done.
Okay, well, glad for explaining.
I appreciate you calling in and really putting on the table all your different initiatives, because let me tell you, the plight of the people and the fight they have to decide whether they're going to forego on the medication this month to keep the lights on is a serious thing.
Yeah, I live here with you. I've been here with you all along. My friends, family, co-workers, we all feel the pinch. And, I work every day, and my staff works every day to try to do what we can to assist, to make sure we leverage all the dollars available to us, both federal and local. I have programs, and all I would really need is, while we're looking at the long-term and the long-term fixes, let people know what sort of assistance is out there and available to them. I do have some of that available right now as we speak.
And can we count on you joining and pushing our excise tax effort as well, so that we get both the long-term and the short-term addressed?
It is in lockstep with what I'm trying to accomplish, and as long as it stays that way, I have no objection to what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, have a good day.
There's something I wanted to say about I don't want to get the women up in here, but I have to say it on behalf of women.
You got 2 men up in here.
Okay, but I know I appreciate women. Yeah, I love women. Don't you? And there was the living wage study. Remember that, Roy?
Absolutely.
That spoke to the poverty levels increasing in the territory, and that the majority of what is humming there? Yeah.
I think we can start. Caller, you on? No, it's on hold.
Okay, and that. So no, somebody say hello.
Okay, let's see. Good morning, caller.
How you doing?
We're doing fine.
Okay, I wanted to join your conversation, but the gentleman who just came off, that what we call meat in the pudding,
Meat in the pudding.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that metaphor is all about.
Well,
meat in the pudding.
I'm trying to